What's good, y'all, man? Time to react to the Georgia loss. I know it's been some time. I want to hear from y'all Georgia fans. A lot of y'all follow me, man. Much love, man. I don't got no disrespect towards Georgia and y'all program. Love what y'all doing out there, getting top-end recruits. Man, it's all love, man. But I got to be 100% honest, and I want y'all reaction. As I told y'all, as earlier in the week, would Carson Beck have over 2 turnovers? I told y'all the under. So he had right at 2. You know what I'm saying? So he hit that, but problem is Georgia's in serious trouble. Now, the AP poll, you got how it looks. I told you I'm not going to be doing those anymore. My focus now is the college football playoff rankings. That's why I want to see where Georgia lines up, because at the end of the day, that is what matters. You know what I'm saying? That's if you're in the playoff or not. How much do they punish them? But y'all got a quarterback problem. But as I was saying with the QB situation, 12 turnovers really in 6 games. He had 2 fumbles, 1 loss, and obviously the interception. But this is a bad look, bro. You say what you want. You shouldn't be cheesing on the sideline and you getting beat 22-10, dog. I'm sorry. Like, that's just, hey, bro, that's just not cool. That's just not cool, man. It's a bad look. It shows that you're not really that invested. It shows that you're not taking it serious. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, bro, like, that's going to rub dudes the wrong way in the locker room. You're getting these Lamborghini NIL deals, you know what I'm saying? You're one of the higher grossing NIL athletes, and you're playing like dog-ish. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't reside well. Like I said, Georgia has a quarterback problem, and it might be time to look at a different player, like a Jaden Machado or potentially Garner Stockton. Like, you're going to have to look at something else, because at this point, you want the season to be a loss. Like, your defense did what they were supposed to do for the most part, right? You know, like early in the game, they're struggling. They're forcing them to field goals, right? That's what an elite defense does. They making them kick it, right? Keeping you in the game, The game before, right? 7-3. You're like, uh-oh. You know what I'm saying? But defense keeping you in the game. You know what I'm saying? After that long shot from DJ Lagway, like, I know people are going to say, well, this is not the defense of years past. And maybe it's not. But this is still a really good defense that has really good players. Jalon Walker, Dane Jackson, Malachi Starks, KJ Bolden. Like, this defense has really good players. So I think they're doing a really good job with the situation. But now it's the time for Mike Bobo and Kirby Smart to evaluate their options, man. See if there's something else that's better, because this right here ain't gonna cut it. Now, like I said, when you look at the game, right, they dominated the line of scrimmage. Like, that's what you do when you hit the transfer portal. And that's really the key takeaway from this game. Ole Miss dominated the line of scrimmage. That's what it comes down to. But still, your quarterback's not helping the situation. And I like the way that Ole Miss played. Did it take them a while to pull away? But yes, this is an elite win, right? This is something that they were not able to do in the Lane Kiffen era, right? But this is how you elevate. This is how you get them pay raises if you're Lane Kiffen. These are the type of games you gotta win. You gotta beat the SEC elites. The elites right now are Georgia, Bama, as I said in my other videos, right? Usually LSU, but they looking not too good right now. You know what I'm saying? Texas, obviously. Now, I know they knew, obviously, the SEC, but those are the top-end teams. You got to beat them. So they were able to do that. I want to give some love. I've been very critical of him, but I want to give some love to Jackson Dart. This is what we asked for. Did he have the best game ever? No. But he did what he was supposed to do. 199 yards and a touchdown. And what I like the most, he gutted it out, right? Had a leg injury. He could have been like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I can't come back. He went through it and was like, man, I'm going to gut this out for my teammates. You know what I'm saying? And they rewarded him for it. And that's what I wanted to see from Jackson Dart. Winning the big game. You know what I'm saying? Can he win the big game? Now he can finally do it. And then if you're Ole Miss, you're on the inside track, right? You lost to Kentucky, which was an ugly loss. Lost LSU, but now you got a lot of teams with 2 SEC losses. So everything now is out in front of you. You know what I'm saying? You could potentially get a college football playoff spot and contend with the SEC championship spot as well if you handle your business. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you want to see. I want to shout out Jackson Dart. He was a leading rusher yesterday, 50 yards rushing, man. You know what I'm saying? He did what he's supposed to do on a bum leg. You know what I'm saying? Can't ask for no more, man. And that kid, Caden Lee, man, for Ole Miss is special. 4 catches, 81 yards, man. Seems like every game he comes up big, man. So shout out to the offensive line. Shout out to the defensive line for harassing, making it tough for Carson Beck, making him hold the ball, making him turn it over. That's what you want to see, man. That's why the portal is important, to get those certain pieces you need that you might not be able to get in recruiting that can start and play right away. You got a guy that you can plug and play. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important, man. So with Ole Miss, this was huge for them. And now also, I don't know if y'all know, they're actually trending to land somebody. Caleb Cunningham, who's actually the wide receiver 5-star that was committed to Bama, is trending to go to Ole Miss. That's what these type of wins can do for you. They're like, oh, okay, you can continue and compete with an SEC elite. And then players are going to be like, oh, I want to go be a part of that. You cannot discount wins like this, man. They are very, very important to your program and what you're doing. And then next up is Georgia. So I feel like what's hurting them, and this is crazy, 1.8 yards per rush. And like I said, they got dominated on the line of scrimmage. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Nick Frazier did what he could, 47 yards, a touchdown. Trevor Etienne only 24 yards. Like, that's kind of a mark of this team. When they're elite and they're good, they can run the football. They haven't been doing it necessarily in the last few games to an elite clip as what we usually see. Now, a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, they don't have Carson. They don't have Brock Bowers anymore, so that makes it hard. That makes it tough. But at the same time, you got to find ways to be able to do that, right? It's supposed to be easier because you got Tate Ratledge back. You know what I'm saying? You're finally healthy a little bit on the offensive line. It's supposed to be an easier game for you. But it turns out that was not the case. You know what I'm saying? They struggled. It was tough. It was tough sledding. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know how you fix this Georgia team offensively. Defensively, I feel like they're fine. But offensively, something has to give. Something has to change, man. You know what I'm saying? Because if not, you're not going to get in. I think now they're like a 19% chance to even win the SEC or even get I don't think it's getting the but win the SEC. They're on the lower tier now. You know what I'm saying? So something got to give, man, because I don't want to say it's an elite defense, but it's a very good to great defense. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to waste it. You don't want to waste a year of some of these players, you know what I'm saying, you might not have next year. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to use it to your full advantage. So, yeah, man, that's my thoughts, man. That's my live reaction. Like I said, Georgia has a quarterback problem. They're going to have to figure it out. They got to be better on the line of scrimmage. I feel like those things are correctable when it comes to, like, the line of scrimmage and playing harder and things like that. Like, we see what this team did against Texas. Come on, man. Texas just beat the crap out of Florida. Like, you know what I'm saying? Georgia is still a good football team, but you got to figure out your quarterback situation. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to be better on the offensive line. You know what I'm saying? And you got to take advantage when your defense is making stops and things like that. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be the keys for Georgia. They want to get back into this college football playoff picture. I think they can still do it with 2 losses, but you can't lose no more from here. Hey, and guess what? You got Tennessee this week. Now, what's going in your favor is Nico Alimileva was actually ruled out of the game with an injury. So he might not be 100%, and he might not even play. So you got that going into your favor. And I think they have to come to Georgia and play, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know what I'm saying, Sanford Stadium, that's going to be a big game. Let Carson Beck go out there if he's starting. Let him go out there and have the same game like he had the last couple of weeks. Them fans going to be booing, and they're going to be asking for change. You know what I'm saying? So he better get it together, man. And like he said, I heard a quote I think I seen on CBS like, oh, I take every play like it's 4th and 2. No, bro. Take every play like it's first down. Get positive yardage. 2-3 yards. You're getting it every single play. You're going to get a first down. Like I said, make it easier for him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't him, go to somebody else. You got to do something. You can't waste the talent on this team. You just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Ole Miss, man, Lane Kiffen and crew. Finally getting a noteworthy victory. You know what I'm saying? They beating some good teams, but beating elite teams hasn't been on the resume. But shout out to them, man. Shout out to the Rebels. Rebel Walk. Hotty Toddy. Pulling out a big win against Georgia. Got several recruits very interested now, man. Shout out to Ole Miss, man, with the big dub.